Single filers versus jointly filers. So what's the best option? Well, in Italy there is no such option because every individual files a tax return. If you are a married couple, you cannot file a joint return. There is no way to itemize your deduction. There is no way to have a benefit whether you file your taxes by yourself or with your spouse. So why do people ask that? Is it possible to file jointly? Yes, there's just one exception. And this is when a spouse is employed and the other one is not. Therefore, they can file together and they get the refund or they pay tax through the employed spouse. So why people do that? The main reason is that if you file the 730 form, this is the express way to get your refund. You can settle that in the payslip, and normally it comes between 3 to 6 months from the date of filing. If you do not use that form, maybe it takes 2 to 3 years to get your refund. So this is a smart way to put the hands on your money earlier than later. Or it is also possible that you both have to pay and you decide to settle that in the employed spouse tax return and pay slips, making that faster. Instead of performing the payments, those are automatically deducted from the employed spouse pay slip. But how does it work if you file jointly overseas? Well, this creates a little bit of the problem because there are two ways to tackle the issue. The first one is to have income 50-50, which might not be that efficient because the personal condition of each taxpayer might be different in Italy. Or the alternative option is to actually break it down by income sources. And if you pay taxes overseas, you also need to apportion that based on the income. So if it's 80-20, well, you have to apportion the foreign tax credit 80-20. If it's 50-50, you have to do 50-50. If it's 30-70, you have to be coherent. And this is extremely important to remember because whenever you put a foreign tax credit, whenever you have a foreign income tax source, well, the tax offices like to get into that, and if numbers don't add up, it's very easy to get an audit and to have to explain to the tax office the actual calculations. So if you are a joint filer overseas, you need to take calculation into account and the segregation of your income sources. This makes your accountant job easier, and also it's less likely you will run into unnecessary and unwanted tax office audits.